Today I want to talk about high yield savings accounts because it's something that should be a part of your money management portfolio. You want to make sure that you're investing your money, but you also want to make sure that you're saving for an emergency, or maybe you have sinking funds for various different reasons. But basically, you still want to have savings so that you can easily access your money without any penalty alongside of your investment portfolio. Now, the question is, where do you save your money? And today we're going to be talking about 5 different high yield savings accounts that you can save your money. Hi everyone, this is Camilla, the Focused Spender, and welcome to my channel where I teach you how to get out of debt, save more money, and invest so that you can build wealth and leave a lasting legacy. Right now, because the government has been trying to tamper down on inflation, we are in a unique position where we can receive a ton of money in interest by just keeping our money in a savings account. I want to make sure that if you have your money in a big bank like Chase or Citi or Bank of America, that you at least consider taking a portion of that money and putting it into an account that's going to offer you a lot of money and interest. Now, speaking of these big banks, I want to just go a little bit further and talk about what you're not receiving when you bank with a bank. So I was looking at bankrate.com to do research for this video, and they were showing 3 banks that we all know that are offering terrible savings rates. So first we have Wells Fargo that is offering 0.15% on your money. Chase is offering 0.01% on your money, and you have to have at least $25 in your savings account. And Bank of America that's also offering 0.01%, and you have to have $100 in your savings account just to make any interest. Now I want to put that into perspective. So let's say you have $5,000 in your savings account. With Wells Fargo for the year, not for the month, but for the year, you'll only earn $7.50. And with Chase and Bank of America, that math actually comes up to 50 cents. 50 cents. It is a whole slap in the face. It is totally disrespectful. These banks are making so much money on our money because they are investing it and they are giving us nothing. And many of these banks have the nerve to charge fees. So if you don't have enough money in your savings account, they're going to say, we're going to charge you $10 a month. We're going to charge you $25 a month just for the right to have your money in our bank, even though we're going to make a ton of money off of your money. So I want to make sure that you are paying attention to what you are making in interest, what you're not making in interest, and making the right decision or the smart decision to move it to a bank that is going to offer you something for your money. So thinking of a high yield savings account, let's say you have a high yield savings account that is offering at least 4.5% on your money, and you do have $5,000 in that account. You're going to make about $225 in your savings account for the year for that $5,000. Now, I also want to talk about what to look for when you are thinking about opening a high yield savings account. So most of these banks that are doing this are online banks with a few exceptions. So you're going to want to make sure that you have access to your money, whether or not they will allow you to open a checking account with them and link it to that checking account, whether or not you can get an ATM card. So they may not have a physical location, but they have an ATM card and you can use an all-point access machine and take out your money for free, whether or not there are minimums on the account, and obviously how much interest that account is making, because you're going to want to make sure that you're making the maximum dollar for your money. So now let's go into the 5 high yield savings accounts that I found for you for today's video. The first bank is Capital One, and this is the bank that I actually bank with. And the reason why I have it the first on the list is because it actually has the lowest interest rate in the list that I'm about to give you. So Capital One offers 4.3% in interest, but I found that it is constantly going up. So it might be up to 4.5% next month. It might just keep going. It has been steadily going up for the last year. Capital One also has physical locations, so you can go into the branch, you can take out money, you can deposit money. There's ATMs everywhere. You can link it to one of their checking accounts. You can link it to your own checking account if you have it with a different bank. And they have no fees. I have never paid not even $1 in fees with banking with Capital One. Number 2 on my list is SoFi. So SoFi offers 4.4% in interest. They also have no fees, but they also have no access to their own checking account. So you're going to have to link it to one of your own checking accounts with a different bank, and they don't have physical locations. So that's something to think about, but they are offering 4.4%, which is great. Number 3 on my list, which was voted best overall by CNBC Select, is Lending Club. So Lending Club offers 4.5% in interest. They have no fees. They don't have a physical location, but they do offer an ATM card so you can take your money out when you're out and about if you need to. And they do have a $100 minimum, which is not zero, but it's not a lot of money. So once you put in $100, you will be able to get 4.5% interest on your money. So coming in at number 4 is Best Bank Mileage Savings Account. This bank offers 4.85% on your money and has no minimum balance. They also have no ATM card or no physical location, and you can't link it to a checking account. However, you can earn airline points with this bank. So they're offering 2.5% for every $1 that you save annually on American Airlines. So you can earn points with American Airlines just by saving money with this bank. And finally, with a whopping 5.15% is Western Alliance Bank. This bank has no monthly fees. Its minimum is only $1. It also has no ATM card or no physical location, and it doesn't have their own checking, so you have to link into your own, but it has no fees, and it has a really, really high interest rate of 5.15%. So definitely worth checking out. I'm going to have links to all of these banks in my description box below. Honestly, whichever bank makes the most sense for you is what you should go with, but I just want to make sure you're doing something smart with your money. Leaving it in one of these big banks that are just making money off of your money but not offering any type of interest for you makes absolutely no sense. Obviously, when you're thinking about one of these banks, you need to do your due diligence, read the fine print, read to see if there's any overdraft fees, read to see if they're maximums, because a lot of times a bank that's offering a lot of interest might say, we're going to give you interest up to $10,000, $20,000, whatever. Read to see if they have any maximums as well. You might want to split your money up so that you're getting the maximum amount of protection, just thinking about the FDIC insurance. If you are putting more than $250,000 in a savings account, you might want to think about how you're doing that. But at that point, if you're putting that much money in a savings account, you probably should be investing a portion of that instead. I'm also going to leave a link to my sinking funds tracker in the description box below, and that allows you to help figure out how much you want to save for different goals if you want to split up your savings by sinking funds. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to click like and follow me if you're not a subscriber, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.